Hello everyone, Ebba here. This is really going to be a short video. Right now it is pouring rain, really pouring. We are in a little tiny town called Nanton, which is south of Calgary, about an hour, less than an hour, in a regular car, not in ours. In ours it's probably closer to an hour and a half. Anyway, we're staying here for the night. Pardon me for looking a little bit shabby, but we were at our storage, which is, I don't know, half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour south of here. And we were there for pretty much the whole day. We were expecting to get much more done, but the lock the lock wouldn't work for Gary, so he had to call whoever was looking after the place. We don't know if it was the owner or who the heck it was, but anyway, it was somebody who was looking after the place, and they weren't coming out. We were there at noon, and they weren't coming out. They were only a few minutes away, maybe 15-20 minutes away, and they weren't coming out till 3 o'clock. So we had to wait, and it was already cloudy, and I thought to myself, yeah, it's going to be raining before they get here. Sure enough, the guy got there, and Gary started doing the work, and and he no sooner got started, he'd been working for maybe 15 minutes, and it started to rain. And then it started to really pour, and yeah, he got pretty drenched. It fortunately has a really good raincoat, but he still got drenched right through. And I got a little bit damp just kind of sitting close to the door, but we did get a lot of things out of here, so we are much lighter inside the motorhome. We still have some things that we have to move around. Yesterday we spent most of the day doing laundry. It was a long deal, but we got it all done, or at least most of it. There was a bit left. We didn't worry about it because, we'll probably do laundry again next week, which is good. We got to get back into some sort of routine. Right now we're just not, and it's bad. But we used to have a sort of a routine, and we kind of got out of it over the winter and over the bullshit and just everything. Pardon me. Anyway, this video is basically to let you know that there could be a fairly large hiatus in my doing videos. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I went to my eye specialist on Thursday about 1 o'clock, I think it was, and he gave me a prescription for another medication that was actually pills, and to try and get the pressure down. My right eye is very, very high pressure in it from the glaucoma. Now this eye has a lot of things wrong with it. It has glaucoma. I fell at one point quite a few years back, but 7 years, maybe 8 years ago. I fell on cement and hit my head hard enough that I semi-knocked myself out, and I also jarred my head enough that this eye, the actual eye, is stuck to the front. Then there's also some sort of, I don't know what it's called, but it's sloughing that goes on inside my eye, which causes another type of lack of vision. And then I have a cataract in there as well. So yeah, all things considered, the poor eye is doing its best for me to be able to see something. This eye is okay. There is a cataract and there is glaucoma, but it is okay. It's sitting at 15 pressure. This one is over 50. So my doctor gave me these pills. I don't remember the name, big long, name, to try and get the pressure down a little bit. and I have to stay on them. And he said, I'm going to get you to a specialist in Calgary if you approve. And then he said, the only other option we have is surgery. I said, get it going. Because my eyesight is very important to me. I know that there are people out there that they would rather avoid surgery. Me, I would rather have a surgery and take the chance than know that I'm going to be blind. I'm a visual person. I have really good hearing, but I'm a very visual person in everything. And doing without my eyesight completely, I don't know how I deal with it. So, I'm going to be having surgery. Now, when that's going to happen, I don't know. But on Friday, now I saw my specialist on Thursday, and waiting times in Alberta, across Canada basically, are usually very long for anything, especially with specialists, operations, things. So, I got a call on the Friday from the specialist in Calgary, be here Tuesday. They wanted me there at 10:30, but they allowed us until 1 o'clock so that we could be sure we could get there and get into their parking lot. Because in a unit this size, we have to be sure that we can actually get in or find parking close enough that we could get to them. So it is serious enough that a specialist in Calgary who is very good. Now, my ophthalmologist doesn't operate anymore, which is why I'm going to another ophthalmologist in Calgary and seeing one. And he has assured me, my ophthalmologist has assured me, and I trust him. I've been going to him for over 10 years, and he has assured me that this is one of the best in Calgary, and that his track record is extremely good. Because I have seen some of the results of some of the ophthalmologists that aren't as good, and it's just not great. And I said to him, I've seen this, and he said, so have I. He said, no, I wouldn't send you to somebody like that. He said, but he said, I just don't operate anymore. He's an older ophthalmologist, so he doesn't operate, which I admire him for. He stepped back. He said, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to chance somebody else's vision, which I admire somebody who admits that it's time. And no, nothing happened that made him do that. That was his choice. It was sort of like when I turned 65 and I gave up my driver's license because my eyesight was depleting very quickly, and I said, it's time for me to do this because I can't see. So I gave up my driver's license. I mean, if they fixed my vision, I'd have to go back and take my test and get my driver's license back. I was a good driver once, but I am 75, so I might have to reconsider. Never know. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. So it is very difficult for me to do, well, it's always been difficult to do any kind of crafting in this motorhome, but it might be difficult for me to even do videos for a while. I do have some videos that I'm going to try. We're going to be staying in the Calgary area for a while because we're probably going to have to see this doctor again. Now, we may have to go back to Lethbridge and see Dr. Leishman, who was my specialist, or we may be just seeing the doctor in Calgary. I'm not sure what they do. But we will keep you up to date as much as we can. We're very lucky here at Nanton. It's a little truck stop, but it's a good Flying J in that they've got internet. Now, in Lethbridge, there was a Flying J there that we could stay at, but we couldn't get internet there. They didn't have any. They just have, it's basically, it's a place, it's a big puddle with a bunch of mud, and you can park there. Or there was the casino, which didn't have internet, which is very RV unfriendly now, where it used to be one of the most friendly RV places. In Calgary, we're not really sure because we haven't been there for a long time, but we will find out when we get there. We have already called the 3 Flying J's that are in Calgary and been told no, RVs can't stay here, which we find really odd, since Pilot Flying J has mandated that RVs can stay. So, you know, we have, we might have to, you know, write a letter. I'm not against writing letters, but first I need to concentrate on my health, and don't worry about that later. So anyway, I want to get this uploaded, and I don't want to keep it too long because it takes forever to upload something in these places. So I will say goodbye, but I just wanted to kind of let you know that this is what's going on. Gary has been very good. He's very supportive of everything that I'm going through. These pills are weird. They are used for a number of different things. And they can make you sick to your stomach. They can make you dizzy. They can make you, there's all sorts of things. They can give you headaches, which I have had. They can, there's just a number of different things, side effects, thank you, that they can have. And I've had a few. The headaches are very hard to deal with. The first one that I take in the day, I have to take 4 pills a day, and the first one that I take in the day is fairly easy. But the second one that I take, usually I get a headache, and then the third one, the headache is still there, and the fourth one, the headache is still there. And that's sort of a bedtime one. So I usually am going to bed with a headache, and you have to be careful taking headache medication. Like, I take Tylenol, which is okay. It doesn't contraindicate or cause an issue. But people that are taking things like aspirin, it can cause issues. Ibuprofen can cause issues. I can take Tylenol. I did take Tylenol at one point. It didn't do anything. Yeah, I still had the headache. So it's just a side effect, and you kind of have to just deal. You know, it's just one of those things that you just have to deal with. Pardon me. So I'm dealing with that. Today I was dealing with a bit of dizziness, possibly because the rain was pouring, and the sound and the look out the window, and it was just pouring down, and it's possibly that was helping, if you will. But that was, making that happen. I don't know. I was moving around a lot, trying to help do things in here, and get things organized a bit. A lot compared to what I normally do. So eventually I just said to Gary, I can't do anymore, and sat down. But yeah, it's a very strange pill, and it's used, like I say, for a lot of things. But anyway, I'm going to go now because, like I said, I want this to upload fairly quickly and let you know what's going on. I will do my best to get back online, because I know this is going to be the only video I get up tonight. To get back online when we're in the city somehow, and and get a video uploaded, or the rest of the videos uploaded. They are going to seem odd because they're kind of backward. We're backing up in time, but I think it's important to do these interim ones that catch you up to today, rather than leaving them for in the future, especially when it's something this important. So you all take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you as I can, and hopefully your lives are better than mine. Take care. Love to you. Bye.